Well, hey guys, it's Sexy Gamer here again. Back with part 2 of the Zombie Survival Mask update. Well, as I was saying before, OG&E did not want to admit that it was their problem, and they're gonna come out and fix everything and make it lollipops and rainbows. Now, back to what I was saying before. My phone died, which was very rude of it. Now, you can basically, if you don't have any, like soldering guns or anything, or somebody that will solder, you can take this battery here and the long one and put it to the positive, and you can put the negative to the negative part, and it will light up. And you will have to see, it makes a pretty big spot for this little guy. See, now you will have to tape it because it's not going to stay there forever. And I mean, nothing's forever. I mean, I'm sorry guys, I thought I accidentally pressed a stop on my phone. I was about to get really mad. Now, I mean, like, you can just go ahead and put this in there how I have mine, but just have this like this. That's what I was originally gonna do. But then you always got to think of the factor that if you leave it like this, and it's always gonna stay on, either your LED or your LED is probably the one that, no, let me see. Yeah, your LED is probably the one that's gonna go first, because now if you look inside of an LED, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see here.